Hey Cowboys fans, welcome back to Cowboys News TV. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any breaking news or analysis. Your support helps us grow, and we're on a journey to reach 12,000 subscribers. Join us and be part of this ride. Today, we're diving into a tough game that had every Cowboys fan on the edge of their seat, an electrifying but ultimately painful showdown with the San Francisco 49ers at Levi's Stadium. Expectations were sky-high for this matchup, one everyone anticipated as a season highlight. But what we got was a night filled with missed chances, costly turnovers, and a fourth-quarter heartbreak that had Cowboys Nation reeling. Not to mention, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones had some pointed words for both coach Mike McCarthy and quarterback Dak Prescott after the loss. So let's break it all down, from the game's intense start to its agonizing finish, and of course, Jerry Jones' post-game reactions that have everyone talking. With just 2 minutes left on the clock, the Cowboys were trailing 30-24 and had one final shot to turn things around. It was a high-stakes moment, the kind where legends are made. But as Cowboys fans know all too well, those moments don't always go our way. Dak Prescott, facing relentless pressure from the 49ers defense, threw a series of incomplete passes, ultimately turning the ball over on downs. The comeback hopes were crushed right there, and the 49ers, led by the ever-imposing Nick Bosa, showed why they're one of the league's toughest defenses. Earlier in the fourth quarter, there was a glimmer of hope when Prescott connected with ceedee Lamb for a crucial 20-yard touchdown. That play sent Cowboys Nation into a frenzy, sparking dreams of an epic comeback. ceedee gave everything he had, particularly in the game's final moments, but it just wasn't enough to overcome the critical mistakes that plagued Dallas all night long. Quick question, Cowboys fans, what do you think was the turning point of this game? Was it those incomplete passes in the last 2 minutes, or do you think something else cost us the win? Let us know in the comments. If there was one Achilles heel for the Cowboys in this matchup, it was the turnovers. Prescott ended the game with a frustrating 3 interceptions, each one at a crucial moment that could have shifted the game's momentum. On top of that, there were some glaring communication errors and, honestly, some head-scratching play-calling decisions by Coach McCarthy. Fans and analysts alike are questioning the direction of this team, especially when these kinds of mistakes keep popping up in critical moments. Ezekiel Elliott had a brief flash of his prime self with a solid rushing touchdown, but even that couldn't cover up the larger issues. Dallas struggled to execute their plays cleanly and repeatedly failed to convert on crucial third downs. These inconsistencies were clear indicators of deeper operational issues, ones that make fans wonder, is this team really playoff ready? Tell us in the comments, what would you change about the Cowboys' game plan moving forward? Should we be more aggressive, or is there something else holding this team back? After the game, Jerry Jones didn't hold back. Known for speaking his mind, Jones delivered some of his most direct criticism yet, aimed squarely at Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott. The level of performance we saw on the field today is unacceptable, Jones said in the post-game press conference. We expect excellence at this point, and what we got were amateur mistakes and a lack of preparation that is simply disgraceful. He didn't stop there. Jones made it clear that he expected stronger leadership from Prescott, stating, Dak needs to understand that ball security is essential. 3 interceptions? That's unacceptable for someone in his position. He has the responsibility to lead this team, and today he failed miserably in that task. It wasn't just Prescott who faced the heat. Jones also turned his sights on McCarthy, questioning the play-calling decisions and the overall lack of game preparation. When you see repeated mistakes and a lack of adjustments during the game, that falls directly on the coaching staff. McCarthy needs to reevaluate his approach because what he's doing clearly isn't working, Jones added. For Dak Prescott, the criticism isn't exactly new. He's faced it before for his moments of inconsistency. But this time, the scrutiny feels heavier, particularly given his on-field decisions to force passes into double coverage, raising serious doubts about his ability to lead the Cowboys in high-pressure scenarios. Meanwhile, McCarthy is also feeling the weight of the loss, as his play calling has come under intense scrutiny. Fans and experts alike were left scratching their heads over some of his decisions, like the choice to run with Prescott on a 3rd-and-5 play. Moments like these raise questions about whether there's a genuine lack of synergy between the coach and quarterback, a divide that becomes painfully evident in these high-stakes situations. So here's a question for all you Cowboys fans. If you were in Jerry Jones' shoes, would you stick with McCarthy as head coach, or would you consider a change? Hit the comments, and let's see where Cowboys Nation stands. What's next for the Cowboys? With this loss, the Cowboys have some serious soul-searching to do. This game was a reality check, exposing cracks in the armor that need fixing, and fast. If they're going to turn the season around, the Cowboys will have to address everything from play calling to team chemistry and leadership on the field. For Cowboys fans, the frustration is real. This team has all the talent needed to succeed, but they seem to falter at the worst possible times. In a thrilling but ultimately disappointing clash at Levi's Stadium, the Dallas Cowboys squared off against the San Francisco 49ers, hoping to make a statement. Unfortunately, the game turned into a showcase of errors and missed opportunities, ending in a painful 30-24 loss for the Cowboys. This defeat, marked by costly turnovers and missed passes, has ignited a wave of criticism from Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, who held little back in his post-game comments directed at both head coach Mike McCarthy and quarterback Dak Prescott. With just 2 minutes left on the clock and the Cowboys trailing 30-24, Dallas had a final chance to turn the game around. But that hope quickly faded as Dak Prescott's incomplete passes resulted in a turnover on downs, sealing the Cowboys' fate. The 49ers defense, led by the relentless Nick Bosa, proved why they're among the league's elite, shutting down Dallas' offense when it mattered most. Earlier in the quarter, a 20-yard touchdown from Prescott to CeeDee Lamb had sparked hope for a comeback, but those dreams were dashed by a string of mistakes throughout the game. Turnovers haunted Dallas in this matchup, with Dak Prescott ending the game on 3 interceptions, each occurring at critical moments. Communication breakdowns and questionable play-calling decisions by McCarthy added fuel to the fire, raising concerns about the team's strategic direction. Ezekiel Elliott showed glimpses of his former self, scoring a rushing touchdown, yet the overall inconsistency on 3rd down conversions and offensive execution highlighted deep-rooted issues. Known for his candor, Jerry Jones expressed his frustration loud and clear after the game. "The level of performance we saw today is unacceptable," Jones said in a post-game press conference. "We expect excellence, not amateur mistakes and a lack of preparation." His criticism didn't spare Prescott, emphasizing that ball security is paramount for a quarterback. 3 interceptions? That's unacceptable. Dak has the responsibility to lead, and today he failed in that task. Jones also called out McCarthy, stating, "When mistakes are repeated and no adjustments are made, that falls directly on coaching." Dak Prescott, long criticized for inconsistency, now finds himself under even greater scrutiny, especially for forced passes into double coverage that raise questions about his leadership in high-stakes moments. Mike McCarthy, meanwhile, faces growing pressure as head coach. His conservative and sometimes perplexing play calling, like opting for a quarterback run on a 3rd-and-5, left fans and analysts scratching their heads. The apparent lack of synergy between coach and quarterback was evident, manifesting in poor field execution and a failure to counter San Francisco's defensive pressure. Despite the loss, the Cowboys' defense offered a glimmer of hope. Standout performances from players like Trayvon Diggs and Micah Parsons helped keep Dallas in the game, with the defense limiting the 49ers' offensive opportunities and forcing several punts. But due to the offense's quick turnovers, the defense spent extensive time on the field, and their efforts, without support, weren't enough to change the game's outcome. This loss drops the Cowboys to a losing record, raising doubts about their playoff prospects. The coming weeks are critical for Dallas, with Jerry Jones signaling the urgency for change. "We're not here to be mediocre. It's time for everyone to look in the mirror and decide if they're part of the solution or the problem." His words suggest major consequences may lie ahead if the team doesn't quickly improve. Speculation about potential coaching changes is already brewing, with McCarthy under the microscope more than ever. Inside the locker room, a somber mood prevailed. Prescott took accountability for his mistakes, but some questioned the sincerity, given the recurring nature of the errors. "I need to be better. It starts with me," he said, acknowledging his need to protect the ball. Other players supported their quarterback, but frustration was evident, testing the team's unity and resilience as they face a challenging stretch ahead. League analysts have voiced their concerns, many noting a lack of offensive identity and calling for a more adaptable scheme that aligns with players' strengths. The synergy, or lack thereof, between McCarthy and Prescott has drawn criticism, with some speculating that their misalignment is holding back offensive performance. Cowboys fans, known for their unwavering passion, took to social media to express their frustration, with many calling for drastic changes in coaching or even the starting lineup. "We can't keep watching the same mistakes," one fan commented. "Something has to change, and fast." With a tough schedule ahead, the Cowboys don't have time to dwell on this loss. Preparing for the next game is essential, and tactical adjustments, ball security, and on-field communication will be key areas to address. What do you think? Is Dak Prescott the right quarterback to lead the Cowboys, or is it time for a leadership change? What adjustments do you think could help turn this season around? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all things Cowboys Nation. Share your thoughts and join the conversation. Your voice matters.